Okay, so I know this is not a gravel bike, and I know I promised to do a review of my new Giant Advanced 1 Revolt. However, I had a chance to buy myself a new bike, and yeah, you know, when you get a chance to buy a new bike, yeah, it's pretty hard to say no, right? So anyway, here it is. This is the new, well, it's actually not a new bike. It's last year's model, 2020 Giant TCR SL0. And man, it is an amazing bike. I've just weighed it, as you see it in front of you there, with those plastic plastic bottle cages, which are, you know, they're not lightweight. Some old Ultegra pedals, because I don't have any pedals. Haven't bought some new pedals for it yet, but some old Ultegra pedals. It's a medium large. As you can see, the stack height hasn't been cut. It's probably right at the top end of a medium large in terms of my height. You know, it hasn't got a lot of excess material taken off. It was 7.12 kilos, so I am quite amazed that a disc brake bike could be so close to that magical sort of 7 kilo barrier. Okay, so I'll do a bit of a walk around now, and we can have a bit of a look at all of the things that come with this SL0. It's not like there's anything you know, overly new from a bike perspective. The previous model SL0s were pretty similar in shape and in terms of the frame, carbon quality. My understanding is that not much has changed, if anything. Paint scheme and some components, and that's about it. But it's a new bike, and I really haven't seen too many reviews on this one, so it's probably for those of you out there who are interested and want to have a look at it before you buy, or just keen to have a look at one. This is the not new model, if that makes sense. The new model has some amazing new aerodynamic frame modifications to it. The down tube and the forks and the seat tube are all more aerodynamic than the one that it replaced, which is this one here. So okay, let's get in and have a bit of a closer look. Okay, so you can see it's an SL0, so it's got the integrated seat post. You know, it's still a lovely looking frame. I mean, like, really seriously, that is a beautiful bike to look at. I think so anyway. These compact frames on the Giants are quite outstanding in terms of their aesthetics. I really like it. I guess you can see it's, you know, there's not a lot of kind of glaring sort of, you know, in-your-face features. The Giant logo is pretty much the same as it's been, I think, for the last 5 or 6 years. The difference in the top tube is, compared to my TCR Advanced Pro Zero, which I've been riding, is pretty similar. The TCR logo that you can see there is in the new bike is really small. Does that make a difference? Probably not. Some people like that kind of minimal thing. I actually quite like that TCR logo. I like the silver. But it is a new bike, and of course I'm going to be biased. I just paid a lot of money for it, so I'm always going to be defending it, right? Okay, so what else can I tell you about it? Just in terms of the makeup of the bike, it's got the highest grade of carbon that Giant use in the manufacturing process. I think it's 800 grade carbon, I think. Not completely sure on that. I can always come back and add some comments in the video later on when I've confirmed it. The fork is full carbon fork. It's got a tapered oversized steerer, which is I think Giant were one of the first companies in the world to use that oversized steerer. It's fully carbon right the way through. As you can see, I haven't done much with the stack height yet. I'll probably drop that a little bit. I'm not very flexible, so it's not going to go down too far. For those guys who like to run their stems slammed into the frame, well, that's not me, unfortunately. So if you see me out there say hi, you'll know it's me because I've got the high stack height. Okay, so most of it is pretty similar. If you haven't seen it before, the seat tubes, seat stays, sorry, are nice and thin. As you can see, it's a disc brake bike, so there's nothing available in terms of hardware in this junction here for calipers for your standard caliper type brakes. That's the seat mast. It's, as I said before, fully integrated. This is the saddle that comes with the bike. It's a standard Giant, one of their own brand saddles. It's fully carbon saddle though, so carbon rails, carbon shell. Obviously the saddle itself has got a little bit of cushioning and whatever that cover is on the seat. The bars are also carbon. The stem is carbon. That's one of the things, obviously, that helps to keep that weight down and get that that magical 7.12 kilo number that I mentioned before. What else can I show you? Oh, look at that. You can probably have a look. People might be interested in the Giant logo on the front there. I don't think that's on the new bike. Again, I think they're kind of gone with a real minimalist look on the new Giant. I think the only thing that sort of stands out is the Giant logo on the side, and that's about it. Okay, now some really special bits, right? So everyone's seen a TCR frame. They're pretty common out there. Giant make a cracking bike, so anybody who's a serious cyclist knows that they might be a popular bike and they might be common as, but they do make a seriously good piece of kit. Right, so what have we got? We've got these new Cadex wheels, which according to every review I've read on them are pretty impressive. They weigh around that 1400 gram mark. The spokes are actually carbon. If we can get a closer look, can't really see, but trust me, they are carbon spokes, which is just being able to say it right. I've got carbon spokes. That is pretty amazing. Just have a quick look at the rear wheel. 42mm carbon rims. They just look amazing. I mean, they really do. These video images probably don't do them justice, but up close, that carbon layup and the shape, they really do look like a spectacular wheel. Okay, what else is new? The new SRAM Red AXS group set is new. This is on the new bike as well, so this is carried over from last year's to this year's. So this is the 12-speed SRAM Red AXS group set. You can see the nice little Q there, which means that it's got a power meter integrated into it. Again, close up, I'm not sure that the video does this all that much justice, but close up, this CNC machined SRAM chainring is just absolutely gorgeous to look at. It really is. I mean, if you're into bikes, you'll understand what I'm talking about. It is just spectacular. The cranks, yeah, what I reckon I prefer the Durace crank arms to Red, but that chain set there is just a work of art. It's just absolutely amazing. No wires on the wireless Red derailleurs. So there's the front derailleur, and obviously there's the rear derailleur. And I really love the look of that chain. I don't know why, those flat edges on it. Every time I see one of those, or every time I've ridden with somebody out in the bunch, every time I see their chains, I think, oh God, that looks good. And now I've got one, so hopefully people will be riding along thinking, oh man, that looks great. What else is cool about it? Look at this this cassette. I find this absolutely amazing. This is a 10 to 28 cassette, and what you can kind of see there, hopefully you can see just by the footage there, is that from, I think it's 10 right the way through to 15 or 17. Hang on, what is it? 1, 2, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Right the way through to 17 is a one-tooth jump. So I haven't actually had a good ride on it yet, but my guess is that's gonna be really smooth and you know, going up and down at least through the bottom end of the cassette is going to feel quite amazing. It's a 28, goes to a 28 tooth on the back as your largest gear, and the chain rings on the front are 48 to 35. So that's quite interesting as well. It means you've got a really broad range, probably about the same as, say, I don't know, say a compact 34 and a semi-compact 52. I haven't done the calcs, but my guess is that's kind of the range in terms of your front chain set. So you've got that kind of climbing spinning gear, but right through, you know, what you miss out on the compact group set is that top end gear when you're sort of going downhill and you're sort of pushing, you know, sort of that 70, 80, 90 kilometers an hour. What's that? I guess, you know, 40 to 50, 55 miles an hour. You kind of miss out on that top end speed when you've got a 50, unless you're a really young person and you can spin it, you know, 4 billion cadence, then maybe you're okay. But for us old guys, being able to have a big gear when you're going downhill fast is useful. Okay, what else? I guess the tubes themselves, I was quite interested to note that my TCR has more of a taper here. It's actually more aero, and it's a year or so older, and it's the Advanced Pro. My guess is that all of the SLs, maybe someone can comment as well, all of the SLs have got this kind of squarish, not very aero tube, which is seat tube, which is interesting. I guess it's to save weight, maybe it's for strength, I'm not sure. Yeah, but what else can I show you? What have I missed? I don't think I've missed anything at all. If I have, maybe let me know in the comments. If I've forgotten something, I might come back and do another walk around. But anyway, let's just pan back for one more view of this magnificent beast. And that surely is what it is, right? It's just a gorgeous thing to look at. You know, like I said before, it's mine. I'm obviously biased, but I really, really like the colour. Everyone's got a black bike, but this one is gloss. It's just great. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, maybe like and subscribe, and look out for more. I'll as I said at the start, I promised to do a review on my gravel bike, and once I can sort of figure out my new GoPro. I'm a bit of a technophobe, but once I can figure that out, I'll go out and do a review on that too. Thanks, and I hope you like the video. Bye.